Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week, we get up close and personal with Spain's leading lady and double world champion Carolina Marin. And we're in Glasgow to find out what makes the Play Badminton Festivals a huge success with school children across Scotland.
What a smash. This is brilliant badminton. She's done it. The European champion is now the world champion. This is the most extraordinary result in the history of the World Championships.
That was the moment Carolina Marin etched her name in badminton history. The moment she announced her arrival on the global stage. The moment she inspired a generation of shuttlers. That's because Marin did the unthinkable at the 2014 BWF World Championships. She beat an adversary from powerhouse China to become the first Spaniard to win the World Championship title and accomplished what no European has done in 15 years. Since then, the shuttler has been adding to her growing lists of firsts, with 5 World Superseries titles, retaining her world crown and capturing the #1 spot in the BWF World Rankings. Marin has had a standout 2015.
Bueno, significa una recompensa a todo el trabajo que hay detrás.
It's a reward for all the hard work that we've put in over the years. People only see the medals and the titles, but not many people know what lies behind all that. Very few people know all the sacrifices we've made and all the hours we've spent here in the training center. We've set our targets and we've reached them.
De pabellón que yo me paso para entrenar y para marcarme objetivos y llegar a conseguirlos.
Badminton Unlimited made our way to the capital of Spain, Madrid, to speak to the Spanish shuttler about her journey to the top. If there were any skeptics following her sensational victory in Copenhagen last year, Marin silenced her doubters when she kicked off the 2015 MetLife BWF World Superseries campaign by winning one of badminton's most coveted titles, the Yonex All England Championships.
In the old days, it was like the World Championships because the tournament didn't exist. The All England had the value of a World Championship. And when I won it, I was really happy. We worked hard for it and we achieved our goal.
Marin followed that win in England with another 4 World Superseries titles in Malaysia, Australia, France and Hong Kong. She also defended her women's singles world crown in Jakarta, making her the first non-Asian to take away the gold medal twice in the championships. While Chinese players dominated the women's scene in 2014, it was not the case this year. Marin's blistering form this season coincided with that of another player, India's Saina Nehwal. With both shuttlers tussling for the #1 spot in the BWF rankings, there was a noticeable shift of power in the women's singles category.
Pues lo que pienso es que todos sabemos la...
We all know the dominance Asia, especially China, has had in badminton. And now every other country wants to break down that wall. I've been able to break it, so have other countries. They're winning now against the Chinese. Now, you don't always see the Chinese in the finals. You see other flags too. That change is good, so that the Chinese have to improve too.
Her impact on world badminton is well documented, but the biggest impact is perhaps closer to home. In a country where football rules, badminton, largely unknown in Spain, has been cast in the spotlight thanks to Marin's successes. As the newest and brightest sports star in Spain, the country has seen an upswing in the sport.
The change has been amazing. The media now knows that badminton exists. It's on the television and in the newspapers. Now, the children are playing badminton in the street. You can see them playing in the badminton halls. The truth is, for me, it's an honor that children now want to play this sport.
Orgullo que los niños quieran practicar este deporte.
With the points she has racked up this season, Marin is poised for a place at the Rio Olympics next year. However, the world number one is not one to rest on her laurels.
Mucho más intensa, ya queda muy poco tiempo para...
It's going to get more intense. There's not much time left until the deadline for the rankings. The cutoff is in May, so all the players are thinking about it. I have to get as many points as possible in the All England and in Malaysia, which both fall within the qualification period. I'm going for it, but I won't think too much about the points. I'll just take it game by game.
Seguir otra vez los puntos, sino en centrarme de partido a partido.
She's looking forward to competing on sport's biggest stage. And, as with all athletes, the ultimate dream is a gold medal hanging around her neck.
Claro que soñaba con una medalla de oro en los Juegos Olímpicos y voy a ir a por ello.
Of course, I've dreamt about winning an Olympic gold medal. I'll go there to Rio to do it. I think I'm ready, and so is my team.
Y por supuesto que vamos a ir a por ello.
There is no stopping Carolina Marin at the moment. With her impressive achievements in the last year, the Spanish sensation is truly deserving of her standing among the world's elite.
She's done it!
Time to test your badminton knowledge. This week, we want you to name the men's singles champion at the 100th Yonex All England Championships. We'll give you the answer later in the show. After the break, we're in Glasgow, Scotland to learn more about the Play Badminton Festivals. Keeping the younger generation engaged and interested in sports is key to not only a healthy lifestyle, but also continuing the traditions of a country's sporting heritage. Badminton is no exception. And Badminton Scotland is doing its bit.
With every sport, it's important to get youngsters involved, especially, in badminton, it's a chance for them to get them involved at a young age, get them enthusiastic and then progress through it as well. So, there have been instances of players that are now national champions. Their first taste of badminton came at these sorts of festivals that have been going on for a number of years.
This is Play Badminton Festivals. Organised annually in conjunction with the Scottish Open Grand Prix, the programme aims to teach the country's school children the basics of badminton.
The festival, it runs on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the competition, and each session has around about 220 kids in it, and these are mostly primary school children from age primary 4 up to S1, and for some of them it's a first time playing badminton, for others it's a chance to perfect their skills.
Focus is definitely on fun and enjoyment and participation. There is some prizes up for grabs where better ability will win those prizes, but we're definitely looking for kids that have never tried badminton to do it in kind of friendly, enjoyable environment, and it's not too competitive and they're with their schoolmates. So if they have fun and they go away liking a taste of it, then I think they'll come back and maybe play further.
When we reported at the tournament last month, we decided to drop in on the festival. While keeping the sessions fun and enjoyable, the staff from Badminton Scotland and their student coaches also made sure the basics of the sport were not compromised.
A wee bit of agility so they can move around the court. Definitely a lot of skill-based practice, like your serving and your target hitting. The accuracy in the sport is massive, so they have to be able to hit where they want to. A little bit of speed and fitness is involved in some of the stations, but I'd say between a bit of agility and skill, if they could get those two things right, then that's huge for development of the sport.
Play Badminton Festivals also saw the country's sports minister take a look at the sessions, and he gave the thumbs up to the development programme.
Well, I think anything that can be done to inspire youngsters to get involved in sport is to be commended, and it was clear to me that there was many hundreds of young children out there from right across the country getting into badminton through that festival. It was a great event.
Besides experiencing their first taste of badminton, the children from 40 participating schools were also given the chance to witness international badminton in action, with the Scottish Open being played next door.
They'll see badminton in a more glamorous and professional setup than I think they'll be used to, and see that it actually can be done at a professional level as opposed to maybe leisurely, at school or in a small hall. So it's a huge kind of eye-opening experience and they'll be able to make some noise and cheer on the players that they want to win. So excellent.
Scotland, despite its long history in the sport, is struggling to produce a big pool of world-class players. Currently, 2014 Commonwealth Games women's singles silver medalist Kirsty Gilmore and bronze medalists in mixed doubles Robert Blair and Imogen Bankier are the only ones flying the Scottish flag in international badminton. It's hoped that through the festival scheme and its close association with the Scottish Open, the children will develop a passion for the sport.
They then come in here, watch the stars in action, and then they go away saying, please miss, can we play that sport again? And then we work with the teachers and the after-school coordinators to ensure that there is an environment, a club environment, to help them play the sport.
Already in its fourth year, Play Badminton Festivals has always reached its maximum participation. To the administrators of the sport, the initiative has been a success. For the young, the experience has been invaluable.
I learned how to hit the shuttlecock in the exact place I want to hit it by hitting it into hoops and into nets.
Getting to meet people from another school and just getting to have fun.
It remains to be seen if the Play Badminton Festivals programme will be the first in developing the next big Scottish star. What we do know is the Federation is doing all it can to keep Scotland's proud badminton tradition alive. Earlier in the show, we asked you to name the men's singles champion at the 100th Yonex All England Championships. The answer is Lee Chong-wei. The world's oldest badminton tournament celebrated its 100th anniversary in 2010, and the All England became the first to reach 100 championships in the history of badminton. Malaysia men's singles superstar Lee clinched his first All England title that year, becoming the first non-Chinese men's singles winner since 2003. The then world number one faced Kenichi Tago in the final, and despite a battling performance from the Japanese, Lee withstood the fierce challenge 21-19, 21-19 to earn his maiden All England crown. Last weekend saw the conclusion of the final Grand Prix Gold event for 2015, the Yonex Sunrise Indonesian Masters. Finals day started off with an all-Indonesia affair as the country's top mixed doubles duo, Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Natsir, faced compatriots Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto. After 39 minutes, it was the combination of Tontowi and Liliana that emerged victorious. The world number 3 tandem won it in straight games, 21-18, 21-13 the final score. China's Tang Yuanting and Yu Yang were up next as they went up against Indonesia's Nitya Kushinda Maheswari and Gracia Poli in the women's doubles final. The Chinese duo have won all 3 of their previous meetings with their Southeast Asian opponents, and judging by the play in this one, fans could see why. The aggression and power of Tang and Yu was simply too much for Maheswari and Poli yet again. Final score 21-17, 21-11. The women's singles final saw a matchup between China's young guns as He Bingjiao took on Chen Yufei. Both teenagers had turned in impressive performances in the lead-up to this match, but knew only one of them would walk away with the title. After 2 games, it was her who came out on top. Final score 21-18, 21-9. Host nations Berry Angriawan and Ryan Agung Saputra stepped out to face China's Chai Biao and Hong Wei in the men's doubles final. The unseeded Indonesians began as underdogs against their second-seeded opponents, but quickly found their feet after powering home the first game. Chai and Hong tried to get back in the second, but Angriawan and Saputra stood firm. The Indonesians went on to clinch their first major title together after 35 minutes. Final score 21-11, 22-20. The concluding men's singles final saw Indonesia's Tommy Sugiarto going up against India's Kidambi Srikanth. The Indian shuttler is one of the finalists for this week's Dubai showpiece, and winning a title here would have been the perfect send-off. But against Sugiarto and the home support, it was never going to be easy. Srikanth was pushed all the way to the rubber, but couldn't sustain his challenge. The final score, 17-21, 21-13, 24-22 to the Indonesian shuttler. We're back in Rio after the break as organisers use the Brazil Open to test preparations ahead of the Olympics. The second edition of the BWF Dubai World Superseries Finals takes place this week. Shuttlers who have shown consistency and quality throughout the season have been rewarded with a trip to the Emirates and a chance to compete for a share of the $1 million purse. The event was dealt an early blow as one of the star attractions, Lin Dan, who was due to make his debut in Dubai, withdrew. Not that it was going to spoil the end-of-year party, as players gathered at Al Badia Golf Club for the players' reception and gala dinner. Along with a sumptuous feast, they were treated to the best of Dubai's cultural entertainment. It was a chance for the shuttlers to relax before the intensity of battle.
Obviously, extremely exciting. The first year was, lots of work to get everything up and going, and now we return, and we've done it once before, and this time a lot of things have become much easier. We know the Hampden complex, how to operate it, so in reality it's just about getting a lot of good matches and getting the star players in there to perform and show the world what badminton in Dubai is all about.
It wasn't just about food and fun, as the very best shuttlers of the season were recognised in the BWF Player of the Year Awards. Jung Si Wei took home the Most Promising Player Award. For the first time, para-badminton athletes were recognised at the awards ceremony. Helle Sophie Sagoy from Norway won the Female Player of the Year award, whilst Lee Sam-seop from Korea grabbed the male equivalent. The BWF Female Player of the Year award went to a shuttler who has changed the face of women's singles this season, Carolina Marin. The Spaniard claimed a consecutive World Championship title this year and won 5 Super Series titles in 2015 to end the season as the world #1 ranked player in her category. A familiar face picked up the BWF Male Player of the Year award. Chen Long has been in sparkling form yet again this season and was rightfully presented with his second trophy in a row. The 26-year-old defended his World Championship crown and picked up 5 World Super Series titles in a dominant year. As the evening wound down and players began to look towards their hotel rooms, they were well aware that in an Olympic qualifying year, this edition of the tournament would be one of the most competitive to date. And we'll be there all the way to bring you the best of the action and reaction. This week's Players of the Week are Indonesia's men's doubles duo Berry Anggriawan and Ryan Agung Saputra. The world number 35 tandem won their first major title last weekend, defeating China's Chai Biao and Hong Wei in the Indonesian Masters final. It was a great end to their season, especially after narrowly missing out on the Macau Open crown the week before. Last week on Badminton Unlimited, we looked at the BWF's visit to Rio ahead of the Olympic Games next year. Whilst there was plenty to admire off the court, there was serious business to attend to at the Olympic Badminton Rio Centro Pavilion 4. The exhibition hall hosted this year's Yonex Brazil Open. But beyond that, this edition of the competition was also being used as a test tournament for the upcoming Summer Games.
That's very important for any Olympic Games. Testing is a fundamental step for the overall success of the event. Testing is the chance that we have to build out the team, to put together all the infrastructure, and actually to receive all our most important clients, which are the athletes, into a real competition.
For many of the players, of course, this was a big tournament in its own right, and they were looking to win it. The Brazil Open, although a Grand Prix event, had been given greater prominence this year because it falls within the Olympic qualifying period.
Well, first of all, we're still trying to qualify for the Olympics, and there are valuable ranking points given away here, so we'll just try to gather some here, and that's basically the main reason.
For others, there was some forward thinking.
We chose Rio because it's a test event, so we can see the venue, see a little bit of the country, know what's the food like. So if we qualify, we don't need to do all those things.
Yeah, it's really good that we have to play some matches because of the group stage. Said it's very difficult to play because of the wind, and that's really good that we can get some experience.
The BWF made changes to the format of the tournament, replicating the dynamics for the Olympics, in which a group stage precedes the knockout phase. The latter has been tweaked since London 2012 Olympics.
I think it's quite natural and should be our responsibility to learn from our experience. We prepared some changes also in the regulations, especially in the format in the singles. There are some changes in the draw for the final stage of the doubles. So with all this, we hope that it will get a better outcome and feedback to all the stakeholders.
The players had to adjust quickly to the change in their normal tour routines and preparations, with group play resulting in more matches.
It depends on your draw. It's good to get a few matches, but on the other hand, I also like to play the knockout stage when it's a bit more all or nothing. I also like that aspect about it. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree actually, because if everything goes right this week, I'm playing 11 matches, which is pretty tough in an Olympic year. But we'll see what happens, and I think it's the same at the Olympics, so that's a good experience. And it's good that we still don't know our opponents for next round.
The tournament provided a robust examination of the conditions. It threw up challenges for players, organisers and administrators alike, for which they are finding solutions. But that was the point. And come August next year, the Olympics will all be the better for it. Before we go, let's take a look at what's happening on the international circuit in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Get connected with us. Log on to these websites for videos and photos and get the latest news and information on all things badminton. Missed an episode of Badminton Unlimited? Fret not. We have all episodes available at your convenience on our YouTube channel, badmintonworld.tv. There's also tournament highlights and past matches to savor. All the best badminton clips are just a click away. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we give you the full report on the season-ending showpiece, the Dubai World Super Series Finals. See you next week.